Right, so we had a little accident. One of our old wooden cabinet doors split right down here and broke off. And they're custom cabinet doors, so they're all handmade, they're not a fixed size. So I was going to pay somebody to make a new door, and suddenly thought, hey, why not have a go at making one myself using TinkerCAD. And just get in there, put something together and see how it comes out. Hell, it shouldn't be too bad. I mean, it's basically oblong, a couple of raised pieces. How hard can it be? So let's find out. Let's see how hard it can be. So let's go and see what I can create. Right, so practical project this time. So what happened was, this is an outside door for a cabinet we have on the patio, and my wife fell onto it and it split and cracked. This is actually loose, although I pushed it back in for the moment. Split right down the side. So, and they're custom doors. So I was going to have to pay somebody to make a complete new door to the exact size, and so we could mount the bracket. So I was like, man, that's going to cost an arm and a leg. And then I thought, oh heck, why not 3D print one, and then spray it brown. So that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is take these hinges. I've already removed the screws there. Take these out, and you can see I'm going to need a circular hole, two smaller holes where these go in and lock out. And I'm just going to do a solid square for the back, then create in TinkerCAD, let's say, the recessed holes and position them here and here. And then I'll do the fancy stuff and raise it. So basically in TinkerCAD it'll sit like that. There'll be supports that'll come under where the holes are, which I can then remove later. And then I'll have a rim going around like that, and then a raised area in the center. And if I feel up to it, I'll actually make a quarter round piece. I don't know if I'll bother, but so anyway, that's going to be my project in TinkerCAD. So let me get cracking on that, and then we'll see how it comes out. Right. So here's my TinkerCAD recreation of the door. So you can see here the raised section in the middle and the raised edge design there, and of course underneath, these were the tricky ones. There's the two holes with the smaller holes for the metal brackets to go in. So there's the design. So I'm just going to export that now up here as a STL file, and now I can load that into the slicer and send it to the printer. Great. Right, so I've uploaded the file, it's kicked off. So right now it's sticking down some mouse ears, it's done. Those are the supports for the two holes and the tiny holes either side of it from underneath. So they say those are normal supports. Yes, see, now everything sticks as it goes down. Looking a bit blobby. say that mouse here doesn't look like it's in the right position. Okay, well, we'll let this first layer go down. And see how it looks. Alright, I'm gonna let it run. Well, here's my print, but the nozzle clogged up during the night. So as you can see, it's printing thin air. Bloody hell. If it wasn't that, good grief. Right, I hit stop. God damn, what a waste of time. Alright, let me go and clear this blockage. Okay, so took the failed print from here, from the OrangeStorm Giga, and just overlaid it just to make sure that the holes matched up, and perhaps it's just as well it failed because my measurements were off. As you can see here, I'm 10 millimeters out. I messed up. I made it 10 millimeters too short. So I'm going to put it back into the TinkerCAD, extend it 10 millimeters, move that hole out. On the plus side, the one hole that is right fits perfectly. So I know that one's good, and so will this one once it's done. So something positive anyway, but at least I didn't miss too much. Right, deja vu time, here we go again. So change the parameters slightly here. Trying higher temperatures with both the bed and the nozzle so that hopefully this stuff won't clog again. If I get one more clog, then I'm changing this down filament. But anyway, we're going to let this run, and we'll come back and check on it in a couple of hours. 4 hours away from finishing, so it says, and it's definitely looking like a cabinet door. So yeah. So everything going fine, just the last couple of top layers on the bit that goes around and in the center. And if everything completes okay, I can go and give it some brown paint and put it in place. I'll let it get on with it. Alright, so 44 hours and 17 minutes later, I've got myself a cabinet door. So yeah, gotta say, came out pretty good. So let me see if it's cooled down. Oh yeah, cooled down enough to take off. Let's push it forward that way. Oh, feel the static on that. So yeah, I need to take the supports out where the holes are at the back. So let me go and take that through, get it post-processed, and yeah, very, very happy. All right, thanks folks, one door down. All right, so painting's complete. I will rub it down eventually with some stain to match the outside doors a bit better that are already out there. So let me go and take this inside, fit the hinges to the holes. Let's see how that looks. There's the finished product. I've got to stain the door to match this dark brown, but there we go. Perfect. 3D printed replacement door. Hope you enjoyed that.